The you that was you before you were born and the you that is you even though you're in this physical body, this non-physical spiritual soul source you, took the bounce and became more than you were before you had that negative experience. In other words, your negative experience caused you to ask and therefore expand. And the larger part of you did, real time, right now. But so often in your human form, because you've been trained by what you've observed others doing, to now need to justify why you feel so bad. The only reason you feel bad is because you expanded and you didn't go with the expansion. The only reason you ever feel bad is because you are separating to some degree you from you. So it's quite an interesting cycle that life caused you to expand and you didn't go immediately only because you're not practiced at it. Your inner being is. It goes every time. But you didn't go with the expansion, and because you didn't go with the expansion, you feel bad, and then you think you feel bad because of the injustice that you're poking at. Isn't that interesting? A woman said, my lover left and now I'm sad. We said, no, you're not. She said, no, really, my lover left and now I'm sad. We said, no, you're not. She said, Abraham, what's wrong with you? My lover was here and I wasn't sad. And then my lover left and now I'm sad. I'm sad because my lover left. And we said, that isn't why you're sad. Your interaction with that lover caused you to create a much better relationship. And that person walking away to you represents this better relationship that you want. But the reason you feel bad is because you're focusing on the opposite of what you want, of what you've created. Well, she didn't get it. And we understand why you don't get it immediately, because most of you really relate the negative thing that you're observing as the reason that you feel bad, and we'll give it to you. Of course, it was the catalyst that caused you to expand, but it is always 100% of the time you not keeping up with the expansion that causes you to feel bad. Esther said, ooh, that made me so mad. And we say, no, it didn't. That caused you to expand. You didn't go. And that's why you feel angry, you see. And when you get that, you take your control back, because as long as you're mad at that one or that one or that one or that one, or disappointed over that or that or that, over which you have no control, then you're in deep doo-doo. Because there's so much stuff that's out there that is giving you the benefit of expansion, that if you don't take control of the way you feel, by understanding that you can feel good in any moment, that you are not offering resistance to who you are. Let's say it really clearly. Every time you feel bad, and every sickness that exists, every time you feel bad, no exception, 100% of the time, it's because you are offering a vibration because of what you're focused upon right now that doesn't match the vibration of who you really are. You are defying the spirit of your being. And when you defy the spirit of your being, you feel resistance. It's just that simple. And we know it's sort of hard to hear, because that person was really rotten. That was really a terrible thing that happened. That shouldn't have happened, and they should behave better. We know why you think that. But if your alignment with who you are is dependent upon anything other than the two relational aspects of you, then you have no control. And you do have control, you see. Not one of you said, I'll go forth into a physical body. I'll live long enough that I'll figure out what's right and what's wrong. And then I will look for others to join me in order to enforce the rightness of our time. Humans keep trying to do that, but how's it working out? In other words, because have you ever had anyone come to you with any sort of force? Don't you defend yourself? Have you ever had anyone come to you with some sort of a verbal argument? Don't you defend yourself? Don't you just get sure of your position as they get sure of their position? Does any good ever come of it? Do you ever resolve a fist fight? Oh, well, the one that gets beaten to a pulp the fastest is figured the loser, and the one that can drag himself off under his own power is assigned the winner. But really? Really, did anybody win? Did any good really come out of it? So what we're encouraging is that early on you draw back your action of resistance and you draw back your words of resistance. And today we're going to talk all day about drawing back your thoughts of resistance, because that's where this process of creation takes place. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of the financial you. You are the creator of the vital, physical, good feeling you. You are the creator of the intellectual you. You are the creator of the you in your dwelling. You are the creator of you in every aspect of your life experience. You are the creator of you. And what we want to impart to you in a way that you can really hear it from us is that there is a vibrational version of all of that that is so vivid and so available to us to see and for you to feel, that if we can convince you of the reality of this vibrational reality, if we can convince you of the realness of this vortex of creation that you've been contributing to before your birth and every day since, if we can help you to understand that before everything that you see that manifests, there is a vibrational version of it brewing. If we can convince you that this vortex of creation contains the vibrational now. You know why you feel negative emotion? Because you are now something more than you're letting yourself be. Your emotions are giving you real-time feedback about how well you're keeping up with you. So often you look at what's manifested in your experience and you say, well, this is present tense. This is the now reality. And we say anything that's manifested, we love you very much, is old news. Anything that's manifested is something that's been in the vibrational escrow for a long time, and the only reasons it's manifested is because you've found a way to become a vibrational match to it. What you expect manifests. And what we want to call your attention to is that in this vortex of creation, in this real-time, present tense, now reality, spirituality, reality, source, God force, reality, in this reality that you have created, in this reality that is now, is you. In this reality that is now is the larger part of you. And your emotions all day, every day, let you know how in tune with you really are. And the rottener you feel, the more out of whack you are, the more thrilled you feel, the more in alignment you are. Everything that you or anyone else feels ever is about one thing and one thing only: your vibrational relationship with the spirit within you. Your vibrational relationship with the soul, source of that which is you. So it's a wonderful thing that you're here banging around. It's a wonderful thing that you're sifting through contrast. You intended to do that. You said, from your non-physical vantage point, I will send a part of my consciousness into a physical environment, and I will sift and come to new conclusions all day, every day. And when a new desire is born within me, I prefer that, I prefer that, I prefer that. Even if you are one-celled organism, when you prefer, you emanate that rocket, and the source energy, counterpart, soul, source, spirit, God of you becomes the vibrational equivalent of that and holds forevermore until you amend it further through life, that vibrational place marker for you to catch up to. In other words, like a beaming signal, a guiding light, so that you can feel your way into alignment. So when you're rude, you're out of alignment. Even if you're just being rude back, you're still out of alignment. When you're rude, you're out of alignment because the source within you never is. When you aren't loving, you're out of alignment because the source within you always is. So then humans say, oh, Abraham, give me a break. Esther said it many, many times. You got to be kidding, Abraham. You're going to stand there in your cloud and you're going to love that behavior? And we say, we didn't say that we would love that behavior. We would say we focus only in a way that allows us to radiate love. Because we know that in every behavior, there's another side of the bounce. We know that when a kid in high school is bullied and 3 or 4 bigger guys put his head in the toilet in the locker room, we know that both the one being drowned in the toilet and the ones doing the drowning are out of their vortex. And we know that in all of that behavior, whether you are the victim or the victimizer, that you are launching rockets of desire, because no one becomes a victimizer who isn't standing in a place of vulnerability for which they are trying to compensate with this arrogant behavior. In other words, the one putting the head in the toilet is hurting as bad as the one whose head is being put in the toilet. They are all out of whack. They are all out of sync with the source within them, and they are all launching rockets of desire, and every single one of them became more because of the experience. So the question isn't, should there be bullies? Of course there shouldn't be, but shouldn't anything be allowed in this universe of contrast if you are to choose? Doesn't there have to be something in order to understand what you are really wanting? So the question isn't, should there be bullies, or is there a victim, or is there a victimizer? The question that we want to bring to your mind is, in that experience, was there expansion? And the answer is yes, on the part of everyone who participated in the co-creation. And by the way, no one participates in anything that they're not a vibrational match to. So everybody launched rockets in that. The bullies launched rockets. They want to feel more secure. The one being bullied launched rockets, wants to feel more secure. And the inner being, source, spirit, God, of everyone involved in that became more for the experience. More loving, more confident, more secure, more well-being. However, the potential for the gap widened, because every experience that causes who you really are to expand leaves you potentially further from who you really are. If you don't, in your physical form, keep up with you, you're going to feel awful forever. That's why many people come across a philosophy or a process that they call forgiveness. I'm going to forgive the perpetrator of that crime. And we say, really, what that forgiveness is looking at it in a way that doesn't hold you out of the vortex. But there are so many humans that want to proclaim, well, these are the unforgivable things. We'll give them the death penalty on that. We say, oh, you're giving them the ultimate forgiveness and just don't know it. There are things that you say should never be forgiven. And there are things that you say, oh, maybe we could cut them a little slack on that. And we say, as long as humanity, or more important, as long as you as individuals are sorting your life out in terms of just gathering together and trying to define what behavior is right behavior and what behavior is wrong behavior, you're not ever going to even begin to live your life as you intended to be. You don't have a chance of steady, chronic alignment with source, and therefore you don't have a chance of feeling good most of the time, and you don't have a chance of longevity or wellness of any kind. You don't have a chance of any of that you all came to live, unless you are aware of your emotions and understand that your emotions are telling you whether you're keeping up with you or whether you're not. As long as it matters to you that someone else change their behavior to affect the way you feel, you have no control, no steady alignment with who you are, and no sustainable well-being, you see. But when you get it, that every time you feel negative emotion, that the object of your attention and your current take on it, in other words, your perspective in the midst of your negative emotion, means this powerful, consistent, law-based thing every time. It means you've got an opinion going on right now that the source within you does not hold. And we so want you to understand that you just can't defy the opinion of the source within you. You can't hate instead of love and feel good. Have you noticed how awful hate feels? Now, many humans will say, well, that hate sure felt better than the powerlessness that I felt right before it. We say, well, then it's an improvement. But there's something better than hate, less hate. There's something better than less hate, anger. And there's something better than anger, frustration. There's something better than frustration, hope. And there's something better than hope, belief. And there's something better feeling than belief, and that's knowing. You just got to release the thoughts that hold you away from who you are. And as you release those thoughts, law of attraction brings you closer and closer and closer to the natural you that you have become.